Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, you are right. That is the first time that you have a sitting chief judge who has been suspended, meeting the media to address the media on some pertinent issues on her mind. As to the issues that she's going to address, I think we do not know, but definitely it is my expectation that she will touch on the removal proceedings pending against her. As to whether she'll resign, I think I know the CJ, the suspended CJ. She's a consummate jurist and she understands due process. And I do not think, I may be wrong, that she may want to tread along that line. But who knows? Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see. And that's what we're waiting to find out what exactly she would say. But that supplementary affidavit that she put out that have since been made public gave us a sense of what is going through in her mind. And I'll just read portions of that affidavit. I have it with me here. Point 12 of that affidavit, she goes on to state that other developments like denial of access into the hearing room for my husband and children, searches on my body, denial of access to telephones and laptops for myself and my lawyers, even though counsel for petitioners have access to their phones and laptops, and the conduct of the hearing itself in a high security zone at the premises of the Castle Osu show a deliberate effort to subject me to mental torture and degrading treatment in violation of my fundamental rights. That's the first time we heard from her talking about her thoughts of how she felt she had been treated. But that affidavit, we since know the Supreme Court has struck out. Your thoughts on this, though?
Yes, those issues contained in the supplementary affidavit are very serious issues, and they are issues bordering on human rights. And I've not cited any provision anywhere which indicates that if you are facing impeachment or removal proceedings in camera, your rights could be abused anyhow. And so I was surprised when the Supreme Court in this ruling started to strike out that supplementary affidavit. Because as a student, as a lawyer, I know as a fact that fundamental human rights are so basic. It matters not where the proceedings are being held. Those who are holding the said proceedings must uphold the highest standard when it comes to the protection of fundamental human rights. And so I was just actually surprised that that supplementary affidavit was disallowed by the Supreme Court.
And in your shots, you can see now the Chief Justice seated, ready to address the media, and we're taking their live once it starts. But I'm still picking your thoughts on some of the key concerns you raised in this affidavit. Now, she also raised concerns about the individuals on the committee, and she feels that it is actually wrong. For some of them, she alleges they have personal interest in this. At this point, from where you sit, what would be the prudent step the Chief Justice should take? To walk away or hold on and keep fighting?
The Chief Justice, Mrs. Tukuno, from what we've read from her response to the petition, is of the candid view that she's not guilty of any allegations being leveled against her. And for that matter, I expect her to stand and fight this petition before the committee. But what I do not want to see is a situation whereby when she decides to fight this petition before the committee, her rights are abused. And because in that particular proceedings is being held in camera, and because the Supreme Court has also struck down that application because from their point of view, it breached Section 146A.
Wait, your tomato mix. What is so one on pass? Still loud, what tomato flavor? Cocoa, come on. Taste not so dear. On point.
It appears that if the CA cannot go to Human Rights Court to ventilate her concerns if her rights are being abused. But let's see what she has to say today.
Let's see what she has to say today. Indeed, we're looking forward to that. And on your screens is that live visuals we're bringing you from Accra, where she's about to address the media. We're looking forward to some of the key things she would be raising, but then we know that the supplementary affidavits give us a sense of some of the key concerns she has raised. And then let me just go back to the same affidavits and quote other portions of it. She says in point 11 that this is completely offensive to known rules of procedure regulating the work of committees, commissions of inquiry as so-called petitioners or complainers when they formally appear before the committee or commission of inquiry are mere witnesses whose evidence will have to be taken and cross-examined on oath by the person affected by the proceedings. Now, let me read the 10th point, which gives a bit of context to this next paragraph. It says that that is point 9 really, that on the previous adjournment date of the committee sitting on the 15th of May 2025, at which I was represented by counsel, the committee refused to recognize my counsel simply because I was not personally present and proceeded to fix subsequent hearing dates and make arrangements for the hearing without involving my counsel. Is that the right procedure?
I disagree with that procedure if indeed it did happen.
Okay.
Now, lawyers are engaged by their clients to represent them at various fora. It could be courts, commission of inquiry, etc., etc. So far as a lawyer has appeared before a committee or a court to indicate that he's representing a client, he must be heard. And the hearing may be that, counsel, you are representing Mr. A. For today, we'll put you on record. But on the next agenda date, your client will have to be present before us. I mean, that would be a fair request. But if the committee, as we've been told, decide not to grant audience to counsel for the CJ, it is an aberration. It's something that any judicial process should not countenance. If a lawyer appears and the committee's opinion that that lawyer is not even a lawyer, in quote, they'll have a way of checking such a lawyer. But I do not think if such a thing happened, it should countenance.
Okay.